you for a minute. So let us start our journey. You see that we normally talk about meditation, meditate in a meditation room. Meditate, I meditated, when we were in Sedona. We talk, you meditate in the kitchen or the restroom. Are you meditating on Sedona or your true nature? Are you meditating on a meditation room or you are meditating on your real self? Are you meditating in a studio? Oh, we talk about that studio is so great. I meditated in that studio and I got absorbed. So we have to drop this wrong notion that meditation in a studio, in Sedona, or in a kitchen or restroom. No, we meditate on our true nature. And the true nature lives with us all the time. So today's topic, we start with, there's two principles. We'll take one principle. This says, know the delusion. What is that delusion? That I am the body. So I should understand that I am not the body, and then I drop that delusion in day-to-day life. So we should know what, why, how, where, and when. First, the Eastern wisdom says that this world appears to be true, but it is not true. Physics. Around 100 years back, we understand that the matter consists of atom. An atom consists of electron, proton, and neutron. Many scientists saw that these electron, proton, and neutron behave not according to the laws of physics. They behave as a particle. They behave as a wave. From there, that problem is the origin of quantum physics. Because how that electron, that particle is not behaving like a particle, it is also behaving like a wave. There is a paradox logic. So ultimately they found out the entire world is nothing but energy. So, can you see the energy? You can see the manifestation of that energy. So entire world is energy, but still I see it. I see the solid, I see the wall, room, house, car, etc. So our masters, one Nobel laureate I don't remember, long back in the early 19th century, said that Upanishads, means the group of the text, have already said this, that this world appears true, but it is not. We have given it a special name. We see it is false. Look at the body that appears true, but it is not true, it is false. So we are coming slowly that I am the body and this is my body is a delusion. Delusion is what? Which appears true, but it is not true. Great master who has written this text which we are studying, he says that as group of clouds created by the heat of the sun hides the sun. Similarly, the ego sense covers the real self, and we enter into lack of awareness of reality that causes suffering. It's very important for those who are yoga teachers, this topic. Gradually we are coming to that. Our topic is drop the delusion that I am the body. What causes ignorance? Delusion. I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. So we have dealt deeply last week how I am not the intellect that causes the pride. I am the mind. We have dealt before that pain and pleasure, sins and the virtues. So now we have to drop this delusion, I am not. I am the body. Now this I am the body, that idea, that wrong notion is rooted in pride, comes from the ego sense. The ego sense falsely owns the body, senses, mind, thoughts, pleasures and pain. That's why we say it's my thought. Oh, you look great. Thank you. What I'm referring to? I am the body. You see that? Do you see that? In day-to-day life. Oh, you look very smart. Thank you. Pride. I am the body. See that? Do you see that? Do you see that? Gradually. Now you will be surprised, Lara, that the 5 sheet we talk about it comes here to understand. 5 sheet means 5 layers of the body. Now how we are attached to it, how we have a wrong notion. First, outermost layer is the physical body, which is known as Annamaya Kosha. So we become the physical being, physical person by claiming physical sheet. How do we address? I am the body. I am long or small. I am obese or slim. I am beautiful or ugly. This deals with the outermost first layer that is known as Annamaya Kosha. That is one delusion. But when we identify with the energy body, it is known as Pranamaya Kosha. Now see that we become physical being, the material being, by saying I am the body, I am long or small, I am obese or slim, I am beautiful and ugly. That is how, when someone says you are great, look great, beautiful, I identify myself with the physical being. When I return home, I again look into the mirror. I'm really looking great. And that idea again goes into a... Now when we become energy person, now I'm using person and being. Remember, the first I become the physical being, second I become the energy being. So then how do I address myself? I am sick or well. I am working. I am hungry. I am not hungry. Including I am doing sex or I am climbing on the hill. That idea, that wrong notion comes from energy person. So now in you we have 2 persons. Physical person, energy person. Now the mental person. So what happens? It starts from the body. So when I become mental person, then what happens? I'm happy and unhappy. When I ask you, are you listening? Yes, I'm listening. So that is also coming from mental person. See that? I'm listening, touching, feeling, smelling, tasting. What is our topic? That I am not the body. When I say I am the body, it is a delusion that will prevent you to go into the higher meditation. So the three persons we have done, physical person, energy person, mental. What about the intellectual person? Intellectual person says, I am right, I am wrong. I am wise, I am fool. Like this. So these expression comes from the fourth person. So now we have four persons in one. We talk of bipolar personality. We already live into that state. Yeah. So we are already living in delusion. We live with a multiple personality. So here that is the function of five sheath, five bodies. And the fifth phase is known as Anandamaya. Anandamaya Kosha. You can use the word pleasure person. So what that person says, I want pleasure. From where? Outside. I want happiness. From where? Outside. Now see that. Where are you? You say, I'm in my room, listening to you. To whom you refer this I makes a difference, and that demands your awareness. Do you refer this I to your body, to your energy person, to your mental person, to your intellectual person, to your pleasure person? As long as you are identifying with these five, you have a delusion that I am the body. I am the body. Look from the point of view of Patanjali, who says, what he says, he says, yogaschitta vritti nirodha. But in the fourth sutra, he says, vrati sarupyam itaratraha. The moment you have a particular thought modification in the mind, the whole being takes the shape of that. I am wise. The whole being has taken the shape of being wise. Fool. Whole being has taken the shape of a fool. They all talk of the same thing. We have understood this. Clear. We live with the five multiple persons in one. As long as we are identifying with it, we will not be able to enter into the higher meditation. Do you remember the 6 enemies? Do you remember the 6 treasures? So the master says, the first 3 enemies out of the 6 causes identification with the body. That means I am the body. Who causes I am the body? Desire, not fulfilled. Anxiety, fulfilled. Greed. These 3 enemies causes the identification with the body. We have studied destroy the sins from your life. They come from the seed impression that is accumulated over the years because of being a multiple person. Are you getting it? Little subtler but not very difficult. So the cause of this identification of the body. These are, when I say I am the body, this is my body, I have a pain and a pleasure, I am rich or I am fool or wise, whatever it is, all the five expressions coming from the five personalities that we carry forward, it is because of the three enemies, the desire, not desire first, when the desire is not fulfilled, anxiety and anger, when the desire is fulfilled, the greed. Because desire fulfilled has to be experienced in the body. So I am the body, then only I can have a desire. But when I am not the body, what should we do? First thing, we have to follow all those steps. We have to follow the 6 treasures. Relaxed, some withdrawal of the sense organs from the external world. It does not mean that you don't see it. You see everything. But you are aware that you are not attached. My master used to say, you want to drop any habit, you simply drop the identification with the body. You should know clearly in your head, in the field of awareness, that I am not the body. The habit will drop by itself. Don't worry about it. We talk a lot about binge eating, Lara, a lot of stuff. Here comes the principle. Drop the identification with the body, you will drop the habit. Any habit. See the application. I'm just giving you one application. So, Ashtavakra that we are studying in Saturday's session, he says clearly, Naham tada moksho, tadaham tada bandhanam. As long as I identify that I am the body, you cannot reach to the highest state of meditation. And the moment you drop this identification, you are already there in that state of meditation. But it does not mean when I say that I am not the body, so you wake up in the morning, why should I go to work? I am not the body. That's a wrong interpretation. In a transactional reality, the body is a reality. Understand that point. Mind is a reality. Energy is a reality. What? In the material world. And what that reality is known as? In Eastern wisdom, we say it is known as false. So we have 3 categories. The truth, that is our real nature. Untruth, that does not exist at all. And the false, that is in between. That appears true, but it is not true. I am the body, that statement appears true, but it is not. I am wise appears true, but it is not. Same way I am fool, it appears true, but I am not. It is a property of the intellect. Intellect is my instrument. It is my car. Do I ever say, I am my car? I am the car. Do I ever say it? It is my watch. Do I say I am the watch? Then how dare you say this is my body and I am the body? How simple it is. So I am the body appears to be true but not true. For every transactional reality living in day-to-day life, the material world outside, I have to use Yes, I have to work through 5 personalities. But the absolute reality, the truth. In order to discover that true nature, I have to drop this identification that I am the body. You get it? Something? So when you contemplate and reflect again and again, it becomes clear. So from today, the moment you make a statement, there should be a simultaneous awareness within that my true nature is permanent peace, happiness, love, and wisdom. And outside, simultaneous awareness means inside you know who you are, outside, in transactional reality, you are before your honey, you become husband and a wife. You are before your students, you become the teacher, and then you drop that notion instantly. Once the class is done, before your son or daughter, you take the role of a parent. That is what we say. You play the role outside. Internally, you know your true nature is peace and happiness. When you know that your true nature is this, you will not identify with the body. In that state, one can enter into a deeper state of meditation. Let us start our practice. Close your eyes. So close your eyes and stays. One, I have already told you, meditation, mindfulness have no stasis at all. But for the sake of understanding, grasping, going deeper in the beginning, we have defined the different stages. So eyes are closed, body is steady and relaxed. Mind is looking inside the heart in the space. And now it is not so difficult for you to be aware of the calmness within. See that? My friends, mindfulness or meditation is just play and a fun. Provided you know the rules of the game. You are aware of the calmness. Are you not? Yes. Is calmness a modification of the mind? Yes. In the beginning, we keep that modification. And then we go beyond it. Being comfortable, moving the mind on the neck joint. Moving the mind means awareness of the neck joint. Awareness of the neck joint means you are experiencing. And the next moment I say experience, sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. You prevent the trigger from the past impression, come to the mind and affect the body. That is what is being comfortable. Understanding with a clarity. No blind belief. Please, it will not help you. Move the mind on the shoulder joints. Check again. You are aware of the neck joint. Means you have a knowledge. Knowledge means you have an experience. And the moment I say experience, sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. You can never become comfortable. Being comfortable is our nature. Long back I studied one book. You must relax. The moment you add must, you can never relax. That is the nature of being comfortable. Move the mind from the top of the head to the toes and experience sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. The mind goes to the third step, being carefree. Do you see in the stage when all the four steps are knowledge practice? Means the intellect is clear and aware, the mind is pure, and you are listening to me. I move your mind to being carefree now. What it means, thoughts are coming and going. You are standing across a road, not doing anything. You are watching. That watching is nothing but like a witness consciousness. Do you see, in every meditation practice, I add being comfortable, being carefree, being casual. Why? They point out the highest awareness. Why not give the highest to everyone from the beginning with a little change in expression? For a layman, the beginner, I said, please do nothing. Thought coming, okay, let it come. It stays, let it stay. Now being casual. Casual means natural. Let me explain in another way. At this moment you are natural. The mind has a thought. Thank you. Mind has no thought. Thank you. Another way to understand being casual. Water is perfectly an example of being casual. You put it into a bottle, put it into the kettle, put it into the bowl. Water remains water, even if it takes different shape. See that? That is also the highest point of meditation. And now we move to the stage 3. Stage 2. Looking deep inside the belly, in the space, and start breathing quick and short breath. Gentle breath. But are you aware of the calmness deep inside? At the same time, if you maintain the awareness of the calmness deep inside, that is one side of the mind, and the other side of the mind, you are doing breathing, belly breathing, short, quick and gentle breath. Look at it. You are separating what? Unreal from the real. So I'm sowing a seed now for you to enter into a deeper meditation. Other. So I call this as the other side of the mind is calm, carefree, casual, and one side of the mind is doing the breathing. That is very important to know. That is, I sow the seed of higher journey. And you realize, oh, this is it. And stop this. We will continue with the deep, silent, slow breathing. That is the next step. Take just a couple of breaths, which is deep, silent, and slow inhalation and deep, silent, and slow exhalation. Tell the mind through the intellect that your inhalation should be deep, silent, slow. And the next inhalation should be deeper than the previous one. And exhalation should create a humming sound, louder, longer, and the deeper. Start the journey. Do you remember I told you humming should go inside your head? We understood that sound should influence or create the vibrations or sensations inside and around the forehead. So it means now another step of awareness is there. And still, do you remember? Still other side? Now you remember. You're doing activity through the body, through the breath, through the mind, but still there is other side. I'm none of these. I'm just melting all the clouds created by the heat of the sun that covers the sun, which is my real nature. That is why I'm doing this humming and breathing and other stuff. Continue, please. What a beautiful states you all are in. I appreciate commitment and the sincerity to yourself. Now, leave that humming, but continue deep, silent and slow breath. From the mind drops from the crown of the head to the tailbone. When you inhale and when you exhale, the mind rises from the tailbone to the crown of the head. And do you remember the other side? Yes. And now you drop Om Shanti 5 times during inhalation, during exhalation. Let us go a little deeper. You say Om Shanti. This is like a cloud covering the sun, and when there is a space, experience what? On the other side, the calmness is already there, and again you say Om Shanti. That is another way to do it. Because the space is continuity, it continues. So 5 times. During inhalation, with a space in between, and during exhalation, the space in between. Every step gives rise to the next step, which is deeper than the previous one. Now leave the Om Shanti. Continue with the deep silent slow breath. The moment you inhale, move the mind from the shoulder inside in the space to the toes. And when you exhale, move the mind on the highway from the toes, from the fingers of the right arm to the shoulder. So what do we remember? Now the priority is that am I aware of the calmness from where I have started? One side of the mind. Second side of the mind is the driver of the car, which is the breath, on the highway, that is the space inside the right arm at present. Symbolically, I think I talked about it before, that you transcend. What? You transcend the body. You go too far from the body. Means you drop the delusion, I am not the body. Now move the mind inside the left arm in the same way. Point of awareness continues of the calmness deeper within. What is going to happen if you do it couple of weeks? Mind will say, I feel calmness lying on the bed. But you become aware of the calmness within. And that is everlasting. So what will happen? You say, yes, I get little pleasure lying on the bed, but real calmness? Just giving a glimpse of going deeper. And moving the mind inside the right leg now. Right leg now. I believe there will be no disturbances from onwards, either of the phone call, etc. Because my son became my guru. Stage 3, we are doing nyasa. And now moving the mind inside the left leg. That calmness on one side of the mind, reminding you that you are comfortable, carefree, casual. And the other side, yes, continue the activities. And how inside the spine, from the crown of the head to the tailbone, during inhalation or exhalation, whatever it is, doesn't matter. And from the tailbone to the crown of the head, in the space inside, that is the highway where the breath as a car is moving, and The driver is the mind. And stage 3 is complete. Stage 4. As we move further, we allow the mind to live in the state of passivity, complete passivity. Why? So that the inner consciousness appears in the front. The same example of the sun. Now, looking inside the head casually in the stage 4, any thought comes, Om Shanti. No thought, Om Shanti. Do you remember? I explained to you, if I come to your house, you don't know me, you say, who are you, Om Shanti? What are you doing, Om Shanti? Where are you going, Om Shanti? Why you have come to me, Om Shanti? And ultimately, your mind will say, no. You will shut the door and you will sit calmly, nothing doing with the same thing, nothing doing with this mind that causes lot of fluctuations and distractions, dealing with utter calmness. From where it is coming, it is already there. So what is going to happen? The mind goes deeper. You allow that to manifest into all the 5 bodies. And leave this step also, the stage 5, casually, as if you are walking, looking inside the crown of the head in the space, and drop Om. As if you are walking the mind to the forehead inside, dropping Om. Inside the heart, Om. Inside the belly button, Om. And then let the mind go up from the belly to the crown of the head. Again dropping Om. Casual walking. Allow that inner calmness to deepen. It is already deepened, but the mind is not able to go deeper within because of lot of impressions that we covered in the last 2 or 3 weeks. We discussed under sins and the virtues. So what is the way? understanding, continuing the journey. And if the mind naturally drops in maintaining the awareness at any center, just hold on to it. No force. Force? Who says it? The intellectual person, then the mental person, then the energy, all are involved. And we fall into delusion. And now drop this last stage, looking at the breath, casually looking at the breath going in and out, feeling the sensation of the breath, no change. And the fourth point, you are still aware of the calmness that is independent of anything outside. Means what? Independent of all the 5% that I just explained. What will happen? It will drop the delusion I am the body and help you deepen the practice. How simple it is. Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, be there, experience the change. Mind goes to the left hand. You see, now you understand that's how we return in a specific way. And if you start rubbing your hand, the mind instantly returns at the body. And body identification is very easy. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside. You may not be able to lift your palms. That too is a wonderful state. You can see that. Lift your both the palms, place it on your closed eyes, open the eyes inside. Take your time. I'm not in a hurry. I like it. Appreciate your commitment, your sincerity. So whenever you are ready, then only you lift your both the palms and place it in your eyes and then return. Otherwise, I'm with you. How are you, Terry?
Um, I I'm not sure how to say it. I feel like I'm in all the states at once.
Beautiful. I could see everyone. in that state. You see that? It is only when you unmuted your device, there was a loud noise, and then only everyone returned from this. But that is wonderful. Listen to it, I'll talk. This is what I am, not the body. The moment you drop that delusion, you are in a deeper state. How are you, Stephen?
I'm very good. It was, excuse me. It was right from the beginning. I was a little bit in my mind, really thinking about the teachings and the mana, going through the reflection and contemplation aspects of what you were talking about. As soon as we started the breathing, I really embraced the cleansing and forgetting everything, and I saw myself. I don't want to say that I was falling, nor was I ascending, but I was definitely traveling somewhere. I believe I realized that I ended up more at my heart center, and then the different experiences, and I really was just, I saw them and let them go. I didn't want to really start focusing in. So from light to dark to flashes of color. The thing I did find interesting and different about this meditation today was during the vinyasa, I kept being drawn, wherever you started, I kept being drawn to my left arm.
Oh.
And when you said to go to the left arm, it's where I really was inside my left arm.
Beautiful.
And when you moved to the right leg, I didn't want to leave the left arm.
Ah.
So I gave up on fighting being in the right leg, and I just stayed in my left arm. And next thing I know is we were at the end of the meditation. So
beautiful. Did you remember that when I asked you to return, the mind was listening, but it does not want to return?
I did. And at that point, you said to focus in on the right hand. It was right until you got to the left hand that I actually felt the weight of my hands.
Of my hands.
And then said, okay, I've got to come out. So
nobody returned, even when I said to return. That is quite a success in meditation. You see that? Mind is said, leave everything outside. It is all delusion. That is the power, Stephen rightly said, that is the power of contemplation and reflection. Knowing the principle and then reflecting it, contemplating it, and then you practice. We say in 3 words, another word, Shruti. Shruti means hearing and listening. Yukti, logic and reasoning, clarification. Anubhuti, experience. All the 40 steps can be summarized in 3 steps. How are you, David and Jerry? I'm so happy. Nobody wanted to return. How are you, David and Jerry? Yeah.
It was a very physical practice for me today. I got
why? Yeah. I didn't hear you.
Sorry, you're lagging a little bit.
Again, I didn't hear you.
So for me, it was a very physical practice because I went through the temperature.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
No.
We can hear it.
Now we can hear you.
I think it's your internet, Girish.
My internet is
For me,
full.
it was a very physical practice. I went through the temperature.
Okay.
And then.
Now they can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you.
Yeah, they can hear you.
it's yeah. See,
Good.
can you hear me now?
Yeah. Gone.
Okay. So, very physical. I went through the body temperature changes, then watery eyes, and then my body felt very heavy, and I felt kind of like Jerry on Saturday, I think it was, like listing all the time, like forward, backwards, like just really heavy. And it was very, very difficult to lift my hands up to my face at the end. So a very, very heavy body, physical body.
Beautiful. Why it is difficult? Because we are dropping the delusion that I am the body. That's a good experience. And you also kept sitting in that state. You do not want to return. That is good. And that is the success. My master used to say, you sit in meditation, and when it is difficult for you to return from it, then you know. Now the mind has gone deeper within. How are you, Jerry?
I'm good. Yeah, it was a very calm, focused meditation. Just followed your voice, and it was quiet, very quiet. I don't know. I can't really recall a lot of anything. Dark space, not a lot of light. Sometimes nothing really. Just calmness.
Beautiful.
Everything. My body stayed comfortable.
Yeah. I could see perhaps you all got I would say, when I explained that, maintain your awareness of the calmness on one side of the mind, and let us continue doing the other step on the other side of the mind. And that made your mind absorb deeper. I could see everyone in that state. And that is the key. Terry, you don't worry about the challenges. You have to reflect on it, that I'm not the body, drop the delusion and see what happens. How are you, Lara?
I am good. This is actually, I have been really studying the koshas for the past year or so, just kind of on my own and kind of checking in with all my bodies on a regular basis to kind of understand where I'm at. And also looking at like when the energy, for me, the energy body is where I've kind of really been focused on when the energy body gets off.
Yeah.
What do I need to do to bring that energy back or make it feel more connected? So I loved the teaching today. And then an interesting experience for me happened towards the end of the meditation. I saw myself walking along, but the other thing that's happening is my breath was almost I wasn't physically doing a nadi shodhana, but it was kind of just happening naturally as I was walking.
Good.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Because as I discussed that we have 5 multiple persons present always, all the time with us. So it is possible for one person to do some activity in one direction and the other one in other direction. That is definitely possible. You see, that is what happens. How are you? You don't like a person. You said, I'm good. How are you? But internally, the second person, the mental person says, why the hell he's with me? But outside, intellect holds on. So we discover the various functioning of these 5 bodies during meditation, and ultimately we reach to a state that we are none of these 5 sheath. It is our real nature. So in that reference, it makes a sense. How are you, Sir Samir? Do you see him? Do you see, Samir? Any question?
Sir, just X-ray eyes looking at total. Yeah, I am able to see you.
Yeah.
Yes, I can.